Okay, so today now we are talking about the unique challenges and solution for teaching handwriting to children with learning disability. And my Stoma Igwe, the anointed teacher. So, yes, this is me, the anointed teacher. I'm Africa's foremost interventionist coach and the visionary founder of Inclusion 360 and Learning Support Academy with over 21 years of experience. Yada 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 yada. When you get this slide, you can read all about me. Okay, so now this is saying that no teacher would say they haven't faced it, the heartbreak of the unreadable page. Now there's a myth, and that myth is that the only handwriting struggle we have is dysgraphia, or every handwriting struggle is dysgraphia. That is a lie. And that is why it is good that you register for a program like this that increase or updates the knowledge that you have. Okay, so dysgraphia is just a part of handwriting challenges. It is not the main handwriting challenge. And then we move to the next slide that says behind every messy page is a child that is losing confidence and a teacher trying to help. But how will you help a child when the only thing you know about is dysgraphia? And how will a child gain confidence when every time there's a clean page or there's a rewrite state, like we have to rewrite this, you didn't write this way, you didn't. That is stripping off the child's confidence little by little. And when there is no learning confidence, it means the interest of learning also decreases. Okay, now why does handwriting matter? You know, we've always gotten used to handwriting is when you use your hand to write. Because any seminar I go to and ask people what is handwriting, the only thing they tell me is handwriting is what we used to write, how you write. No, handwriting is not just penmanship. Handwriting is self-expression. I don't know if you've been worried before, you were thinking or you're calculating, and you realize that by the time you open your book, you've doodled, as in you've really doodled in your book, you've sketched, you've scribbled unconsciously. Okay, it's either it calms you. Now, handwriting is what connects your brain, your thought to your hand. So most time when you are thinking and you're just writing, that's why even Bible says write down your vision, because the more you write, the more clarity you gain. So handwriting is not just when you use your hand to write. What about those that use their legs to write? What about those that use their mouths to write? So handwriting is self-expression, and that is why for those that study graphology. Graphology is what FBI used to catch criminals. What FBI used to, okay, no, this is not how this person writes their T. This is not how this person, these ones, they study handwriting. They use handwriting to know people's behavior. So before you suppose are employed in the States, a graphologist already studied the handwriting to know, is this person a crook? Is this person a liar? Is this person an honest person? Is this person a rigid person? Is this person a flexible worker? So they use handwriting, they study handwriting. So there's no how you will say, oh, handwriting is not me. It's just like when you was, handwriting is who you are. Handwriting speaks who you are. And that is why handwriting matters. Now, what for children with learning difficulties, handwriting isn't just simple coordination, because we're used to, when a child is struggling with handwriting, they'll say, hey, just work on the fine motor skills. When the fine motor skill is good, and when the one thing is good, the child, you don't lie, very big lie. Okay, handwriting is a daily challenge, and you understand why by the time I move on. Okay, so the first challenge you have on handwriting is now the fine motor weakness. That is what everybody sees at handwriting and fine motor weakness. This child struggles with grip control, that's pencil control, writing control, wrist control, upper extremity control. Upper extremity is from the waist upward to your shoulder, because that is what carries the handwriting. That's why it's that sometimes when you finish writing, your spinal cord, your waist is paining you, and only hand you take right. But why is it paining you? That's because those writing muscles are underdeveloped. And then pressure. This is where some children will hold pencil or hold their pen, and when they write from the beginning, the writing is nice. Just first line or first 3 words is nice. Then as the time goes on, the things start decreasing. Like writing starts shaking. So you see a child with 22 type of writing in just 1 page. So it's not that child's fault. There's something wrong with the child pressure. And writing looks shaky or uneven. Okay, so now the second type of handwriting challenge we have. So you see, I'm telling you that dysgraphia is not really challenge we have. The second one is visual motor integration. And this is where the hands and the eyes don't sync perfectly. This child actually knows what to write, but can't form it smoothly on their book. So this handwriting pass, just write, or just formation, or when you learn the type of handwriting, lines, strokes, one thing. It is more than that. And that is why since the year 2019, there's something I started called Handwriting Clinic. Okay, and that is where we take handwriting out of the context, the usual command handwriting training of cursive, handwriting of Nelson handwriting. We go to the root cause of handwriting difficulty, pull it out, work on everything, and help the child develop. And that is part of what you are learning here. Okay, so visual motor integration. These are the children that maybe when they see, they know they have to write CHEN then, but when they carry their pen to write, they might write CHEY unconsciously. So their eyes, they will see it on the board that this is what this person wrote, but when they will put it down, they will put it down wrongly. And that is why teachers, you need, or special need therapists, you need to be so keen on details. You need to pay close attention to every child. Some need extra help, some need extra accommodation, because they are seeing the right thing, but when they put it down, something else is wrong. So how do you help children like this? You help them with oculomotor activity. You help them with identifying patterns. You help them with memory retention. So you see, handwriting is not just writing in your book of formation. Handwriting is a whole lot, okay? You help them with the executive functioning skill, organization. You help them with concentration, high key concentration, because by the time they look at it, okay, then you teach them a method of, okay, look and write, look at two and write. No, counting of the letters. How many letters do you have there? Remember, because they need to remember. We want to get to that part of what really happens when a child doesn't remember what he or she is meant to write. Okay, the cause of that. And then the next one is spatial awareness. Now, spatial awareness, when a child has difficulty staying within line. I know many of you have seen this very well. Okay, or spacing letters evenly. Now, what do you do with children like this? Yeah. There's something we call finger spacing. Most people use popsicle stick to do their spacing, but you know the easiest way for this type of children is just finger spacing. If you're writing with your right hand, use your left finger, your pointer, finger spacing. If you're writing with your left hand, use your right pointer finger for spacing. When the child writes, and now these children check their grip. Most of them hold their writing material on the tip, or close to the tip, close to the sharpened pad, or close to the point of the ball point of the pen. So you have to get either elastic band, pencil grip, to help this one put their hand where it is meant to be. And now their writing shouldn't be bent forward. Their writing material, the ball point or the pencil sharpened pad, should be pointed out. So peak, turn out, peak, turn out before they start writing, so they'll be able to see the lines, because most of them, the hands are covering the lines. When they are writing, they're not even seeing the line. And some that the hands are not covering the line is because their eyes is already blurry when they are writing, so the thing just start going down, and they will start well, but they start moving down. Then the next one is working memory strain. Now this is where I said we were coming to in the other part when I mentioned the visual issue. Now working memory. Wondering handwriting and working memory, how it relates. It relates because these ones, they forget letter formation mid-task. This causes inconsistency. So a child might write, you taught the child over time. When you are writing your R, it's curve up, down, and a flick, or curve up, down, and a tail. But when the child is writing the R, it is the R that the hand is unconsciously used to, that the child will first make before it now remembers, okay, it is what they even say, how they even write this. A child might be spelling a word, and in between the child forgets how to complete that word, but you wouldn't know. Even the child doesn't know. So this is where this child doesn't have autism, because when I say student have autism, this child doesn't have autism. This child does have issue with their working memory. So for you to work on a child's working memory, you have to work on the child's we call it brain gym exercises. So I will tell you this, because we can't really, if it was a physical thing, or maybe when we're doing our practical class here, I will show you how to do brain gym activities. But you can just do this. Go to Pinterest, okay, download brain gym exercises, and you will see a whole lot of brain gym exercises where because handwriting has to do with bilateral coordination, where a child can use both sides, left and right, at the same time. Now, if it is under autism or under neurological issue, we say is where the child uses the brain hemisphere of the left and right brain hemisphere. But for handwriting, we call it bilateral coordination, where the child can use both the left side and the right side. So now these are the child carrying out two different activities with both sides. This is helping to build up or develop the child's brain, working memory, and retention. Okay, so I hope this helps. So just try brain gym exercise on Pinterest, and you can get into examples that you can use with that child. Number 5 is processing speed. Can you see, say don't pass dysgraphia? Now, processing speed are children that you call, some of them you call them the slow writers, because before they speak a word, they have to spell that word over and over before they can put it down in their book. And most of these type of children now, they grow up with migraine. They grow up with eye issue because they strain their eye than usual. Why? Because they have to stay at something for a long time for them to process the word, process the formation, process the letter before they put it down in their book. So for these ones, writing takes too long and it leads to frustration or incomplete work. So how can you help this type of children? Is that you do more of printout, you do more of worksheets. They just fill in the blanks. Before you now start increasing their speed with timers. Adaptation will work with timer. It will work maybe more of checking in words, vital words that they need to learn, not just writing the whole note because they can't write the whole note. Highlighting the keywords that they need to put down. But basically, these ones, they work more with worksheets, cut out, printed out, and pasted in their books than writing out the long note. Now, the next one is ADHD. You say, can ADHD affect handwriting? Yes, ADHD can affect handwriting because this one, they have difficulty sustaining focus across lines and sentences. It's where a child will write 2 letters or one line, one sentence, and then they zone out. And by the time they come back, they will have to read from the beginning to know where did I stop. And these ones now, they are the worst slow writer. So you have to keep calling their attention, like, oh, so Kelvin, what line are you on? Kelvin, what word did you stop? Kelvin, are you writing? Yeah, Kelvin, keep going. Oh, Kelvin, you're doing a good job. So you need to keep talking and tapping that child, not beating them, like calling back child attention, tapping the child's table, using your hand to rub the child's hand, giving the child a pat on the cheek, like sweet one, like well done, well done, well done. Okay, so to call the child back to your handwriting class. Then another thing is that you need to check their meal because some of them are taking spiky food, and spiky food is what we call, you know what you call sugar-based food. Okay, these are called glucose spike because when the child sugar is spiked, the child attention span will be flying all over the place. Okay, so you need to check their meal. Now you need to check food, or now we don't recommend food if you're not a nutritionist. Okay, so just tell them, okay, I think your child, but go meet a nutritionist that will help you out to tell you the right things your child needs to eat to improve your child's this and that. Okay, then the 7th is dysgraphia, the one you all know. So dysgraphia is now the neurological handwriting disorder with difficulty translating thoughts into written form. Now you have something in your head. When you try to say it verbally, you can say it verbally. When you say write it, voila, don't start. That is dysgraphia. So the ones you've been knowing as dysgraphia, then like, oh, it's when a child cannot write well. I just bust your bubbles. That's not dysgraphia. Dysgraphia is when a child or an individual struggle to put down their well-formed thoughts into written form. And that's people say, oh, I'm good orally, but when it's time to write it, I don't know, I can't just put down my words. I'm very good verbally, but I'm not good with written stuff. So I'm not. You have dysgraphia. You have dysgraphia. Okay, so for people like this, you say, okay, so how can we help them? People like this, what you do more is little thoughts. Oh, this is what you do: recording, voice recording, speech to text. Okay, speech to text. Now, yes, even though yes, I know I have list of these apps on my seller account that will tell you this. There are some free, even Google, your phone has the speech to text, though sometimes to translate rubbish. But at least when you have your thought, if you said it already, you can edit it and then you post. Then you check, and then you can send it out and print it out, or you can now write it out. But there's speech to text softwares. Now we have for children and we have for adults. And there's even a pen, a magic pen that when you put it on your book, it says what is on the book. But that one is for those that have issue with reading. That's for these are on dyslexia. One of dyslexia too, and I know that one of my colleague had talked about dyslexia, but I'm going to give an updated version of dyslexia because dyslexia got updated within last year and this year, but it just pushed out last month. So I'm going to be giving you the dyslexia of the updated version of dyslexia. So I'm not really going into dyslexia, but because one of my colleagues has done that, but I'm going to give you the updated version of dyslexia. Okay, so now emotional impact. What are the emotional impact of someone having handwriting challenges? Now, it's each failed attempt chips away at self-esteem, because when someone tells you you've written something, say go and correct it. For those that started teaching when written lesson note was the in thing. Remember when you're done and on Friday you've written for hours, written overnight, written in the morning, and then you come and the head teacher, or the then was head teacher or headmistress then, head teacher, principal, whatever, now use red pen and paint all your lesson notes. I know, you know the anger you feel. Yeah. I don't want to, when you want to write the next one, you now become so conscious of what naturally flows out through you. You become conscious of what to write. You become conscious of even your own thoughts. You now start doubting what you know. You start doubting your skills. You start doubting your powers. That's the same thing that happens to children. When you say, go and write, clean it. By the time you write 100 times, you will know you have to write well. When they know that you don't take rubbish, you would. Teachers, no be so. Instead of that, look for the accommodation and modification that is going to suit that child. Then, the next one is the next one is solutions. So number one is multisensory method, and every one of us know what, when you hear multisensory, especially those that are in early years into Montessori itself, you know, multisensory is when it uses all the organs, right? Good. So that is for the neurodivergent child, it's just 5. I mean, for the neurotypical, it's just 5, but for neurodivergent, it's 8. But we'll get into that when I'm going to talk about my sensory class later. Okay, so this engages the sight, the sound, the movement, writing in sand, tracing in the air, building of letters, writing in water, molding. I know most people don't know that molding helps with handwriting. When a child molds dough, I'm not talking about play dough, mold dough like flour dough, or mold yellow gari. Oh God in heaven. The writing, the wrist, the finger, the middle of the palm reflex. Oh, Jesus is Lord. We call it palmar reflex, okay? So all those things will help develop the child writing muscles. So because most of us know about pegging, we know about ping pongs, we know about scribbling, we know about writing in the sand. Now, cutting, tearing, erasing, tying of shoelaces, buttoning of clothes, you know, those normal daily life skills that children should have. Those things help with building a child's handwriting skill. Then number 2, fine motor strengthening. And these are the ones we are used to. Okay, so you strengthen the small hand muscles with play-based activities. All these activities, you can see them on Pinterest. Okay, but yes, I have over 100 activities that you can do with those children. Simple thing like opening up the child opening their own food flasks themselves, the child opening bottled water, the child zipping up the envelope and opening it back, the child carrying their bag by themselves and dropping it on the floor, the child wearing his or own jacket himself, like putting first hand, putting second hand. Those are bilateral coordination activity, and they help also build on the upper extremity, because some children write, but what is pinning them is their shoulder, not even the hand, but the shoulder. So if a child's shoulder start aching, it also makes the neck pain, and when the neck start paining, what will control the writing? Because you know, writing also has to work with the neck. That's why we call it upper extremities. So upper extremities, like I said in the earlier part of my session, I said it starts from the waist down to the neck. Even the head now is involved. Then we have the adaptive tools, and most of you know about pencil grip, but you don't know about weighted pen. Weighted pen are very heavy pen, and the child will have to struggle. For children that have issue with pressure, that children have issue with lines, they will have to hold it well for them to write. Okay, so we have weighted pens, we have slant board. Slant board is for those children that used to turn their head upside down before they write. So slant board makes it easy for them to see what they are writing. Though Nigerians we no get them, yeah, but we have it in Nigeria, but Nigerian schools don't know it yet. And then but because this little changes, it equals to big comfort. Writing has to do with being comfortable. That's why most writing people tell you the posture, check the posture, but it is actually more than the posture. It's also about the writing material. It's also about materials that actually help with the child or attend to the child exact need. And then we have where you have to teach strokes before letters, and letters before words. So you don't say just left formation. This. No, you teach strokes, you teach patterns. If the child is used as even when they wake up from sleep, if he tell you pattern, we go make letter. then it's easy for the child to transit into forming letters. Then from letters, when they are familiar with letters, like there's a natural flow from the brain to the hand on formation of letters, and it's naturally also flow into how they make their words. And then we have technology support, writing apps. Okay, I use this Lucas and Friends for children. If you're teaching maybe Nelson, there is a Nelson app. Okay, if you don't want to use the app, go look for the handwriting sites. There are loads of them. Children that uses tab, and you say don't use your tab. Tab has a lot of benefit though, especially when you know what to put on it. Put lots of things on it and you realize that tab is the sweetest thing for a child, especially the neurodivergent child, to use. Okay, so for this one now, also go on ChatGPT and tell ChatGPT, give me 5 free writing apps to reinforce hand-to-eye coordination to help a child with writing, good handwriting or handwriting practice. Now, but you have to check, because some are free but they have in-app purchases. Some are free but they are not the right letter, and they are even their intonation. Some are Indian, some are Chinese. So you need to check first before you go and tell the child to download. That's why I said check but download. ChatGPT knows a whole lot, but you have to sieve your information to suit what you need exactly. And then we have confidence support. This is where most of us fail, because when a child has gotten everything you want the child to need, and I say, oh, you're doing so well, I'm proud of you. No, for this is that when you celebrate efforts, not perfection. So under this confidence support, what you're celebrating is the effort. Oh, you tried. Oh, you wrote 2 very well. Well done. Oh, this is the only place you made mistake. Oh, you're doing a great job. Oh, so you hail exactly what the good part you're noticing, not because everything is not good. Even if everything is not good, you will see one that is good there, okay? Because motivation actually improves motor memory. And can you see that now that celebration is not just maybe sweetening the child's, boosting the dopamine and all. It also helps with building up the child's motor memory. And then collaboration. This is where we have issues. That if you're a special needs teacher, or you're a shadow teacher, or you're a therapist, like contracted therapist, you will have issues with teachers. I don't know, teachers used to act like small winch, especially those ones that always want to feel like they know what they are doing. Yeah, there's always a problem, but we don't mind them. So what is what you do for collaboration to happen? If meeting can't happen, send a voice note to the parents to send to the school. Print out your letter formation. Tell them the apps you use, so they'll follow through. Tell them what you're working on and how you are doing it for them to continue. Because if everything does not align, parents is going to the north, you are going to the south, the school is going to the west. There is no midpoint. And what you're doing is you're making the child worse than he or she is. Because the school might be teaching you must know how to write cursive, and you are just working on identifying patterns and strokes. The parent are saying, just like a cough, 1. Cough and 1, or circle and 1, and all of you are like, and the child is like, Jesus, which one I go right now for everything I love now they teach me? Okay, so to make it easy for the child, everyone, because you are the bridge between the child and every other person around the child. So your bridge should be very strong, and you should keep checking it, because you are the only support that child has to gaining good handwriting. Inclusive mindset. Now this is where you need to be flexible. Very flexible. You know, the thing is, if you're a special need therapist, one thing you need to work on is your IEP. Okay, and your IEP is like your roadmap. That is what creates the inclusion. Okay, so now you're giving everybody the IEP. This is what we're all working on. But most of us are so rigid that because you said, oh, within 30 days the child will be able to do this with little support, or 50% accuracy or external support. And child is not doing it, so you now start forcing yourself, like you start beating, and that is why schools are even, when schools are trying to finish scheme of work, when children are not understanding or comprehending, the same thing you're doing. Now, your IEP is a roadmap, just like when you type in your Google map. Google Map now knows road based on because it's being programmed. But if you meet a human being will take you through the shortest route, or a human being would know that, okay, they are repairing this road, so you can't pass here, because it will take you, like now if you're coming to my house, you put it on Google Map will take you around the whole day before it brings you to my house. But me that I'm living there, I know, just pass here now, you go to my house straight. Like no need for you to go round and round and enter bad road. Do you understand? So Google Map is based on what is being programmed. Now your IEP is that your programmed Google Map. But now your flexibility is knowing, okay, let me ask people around here. Do they know this place, so I can get there faster? Now, flexibility here under this part means that You can Google your IEP can take you through a very long route. Your IEP can take you through a blocked road. Your IEP can take you through a road they are repairing. But the point is that you are still going to get to where you're going to. Yes or no? Yes. So no need to rush through. I must go. I must just follow the thing I've written. Everybody must follow it. Not everybody must follow it. Everybody have their own method of delivery. But as far as they are following the map you dropped, then it's all good, because your flexible expectations fuels success. And your everyday class tip: make this session very short. Clear posture cues. Posture: your legs together, push your chair under the table, your stomach should be close to your decks. Now just bend slightly forward, while some will say sit up straight. So depending on what, if the child is complaining about shoulder pain, back pain, you know the child has to sit up and the back should touch the desk where the child is, with the child's elbow on the chair, on the decks, and the child writing. But if the child doesn't have issue, the child also having issue with their wrist, you should know the child will have to bend a little bit forward over their decks. Now, consistent handwriting routine. I think I discussed that in the last slide I just showed. Progress measurement: always track small wins, because that is how you can also measure your IEP. Oh, on Monday he did this. On Tuesday he struggled with this, but he did this. On Wednesday we couldn't achieve anything because we had to reiterate on Monday and Tuesday success. So everybody, we all are seeing the progress, not just you knowing that, oh, the child cannot do it too, I cannot do it. We must see it. Where is it measured? Where are you putting it? Okay. Then there's always a pledge. Those that know me well, we know there's always a pledge. You must pledge. Okay, so for our inclusion pledge on handwriting, okay, we commit to seeing beyond the paper. We teach the child beyond the handwriting, nurturing confidence, not just competence. Because when we teach the child behind the handwriting, we transform both the letters and lives. What happens is when you're working on a child handwriting, most of us sees only the handwriting. But how will you go and repair the engine of a car without first looking at the model of the car? Yeah, that's what we do. So you buy the wrong engine, you go and repair the wrong things and nothing will work. So you have to first look at the car, and the model, the manufacturer, the year it was manufactured, how many times it has been used, before you can get the right engine. Okay, so you're looking beyond the handwriting. You are seeing the child behind the handwriting, and that's what to make you know, okay, what is really happening. Understand that child well before you now move into handwriting. Okay, I'm Pastor Maigwe, the handwriting teacher, and we'll be talking about other topics in our next video.